Đến đây xin quý vị theo dõi một số những câu thực tập đã học, nhưng lần này được đọc hoàn toàn bằng Anh ngữ và ở nhịp độ bình thường.
Where do you work?
I work in a factory.
Where do you work?
I work in an office.
Where do you work?
I work in a garage.
Where do you work?
I work on a farm.
Where do you work?
I work at home.
Where do you work?
I work in a bakery.
Where do you work?
I work in a supermarket.
Where do you work?
I work in a theater.
Where do you work?
I work in a department store.
Where do you work?
I work in a restaurant.
Where do you work?
I work in a bar.
Where do you work?
I work in a dancing club.
Where do you work?
I work in a studio.
Where do you work?
I work in a beauty salon.
What do you do?
I am a factory worker.
What do you do?
I am a secretary.
What do you do?
I am a mechanic.
What do you do?
I am a farmer.
What do you do?
I am a babysitter.
What do you do?
I am a baker.
What do you do?
I am a helper.
What do you do?
I am a janitor.
What do you do?
I am a sales representative.
What do you do?
I am a cook.
What do you do?
I am a bartender.
What do you do?
I am a dancer.
What do you do?
I am a singer.
How do you get to work?
I go to work by my own car.
How do you get to work?
I go to work by bus.
How do you get to work?
I go to work in a carpool.
How do you get to work?
I walk to work.
Do you work full-time or part-time?
I work full-time.
Do you work full-time or part-time?
I work part-time.
Do you work full-time or part-time?
I work as needed.
How many hours a week do you work?
I work 40 hours a week.
How many hours a week do you work?
I work 30 hours a week.
How many hours a week do you work?
I work 20 hours a week.
Do you ever work overtime?
Never.
Do you ever work overtime?
Rarely.
Do you ever work overtime?
Sometimes.
Do you ever work overtime?
Very often.
Do you get paid more for overtime?
Yes, I do.
Do you get paid more for overtime?
No, I don't.
Do you work days or nights?
I work days.
Do you work days or nights?
I work nights.
Do you like your job?
Yes, I do.
Do you like your job?
No, I don't.
Do you like your job?
Not much.
How long have you been working there?
2 years and 4 months.
How long have you been working there?
8 months.
How long have you been working there?
Only 2 weeks.
How often do you get paid?
Daily.
How often do you get paid?
Weekly.
How often do you get paid?
Every other week.
How often do you get paid?
Monthly.
When do you get paid?
At the end of the day.
When do you get paid?
Every Friday.
When do you get paid?
Every other Friday.
When do you get paid?
At the end of the month.
Did you work in your native country?
Yes, I did.
Did you work in your native country?
No, I didn't.
What job did you have?
I was a secretary.
What job did you have?
I was a factory worker.
What job did you have?
I was a tailor.
What job did you have?
I was a cook.
What job did you have?
I was a government employee.
What job did you have?
I was a self-employer.
Did you like it?
Yes, I liked it very much.
Did you like it?
Yes, I liked it, but not that much.
Did you like it?
No, I didn't.
Did you like it?
Not at all.
Would you like to have the same job in this country?
Yes, I would.
Would you like to have the same job in this country?
No, I would not.
Did you go to school to get that job?
Yes, I did.
Did you go to school to get that job?
No, I didn't.
What kind of school?
A vocational school.
What kind of school?
A special training course.
What kind of school?
A job training.
Do you think you have to go to school to get a job you want in this country?
Yes, I think so.
Do you think you have to go to school to get the job you want in this country?
No, I don't think so.
What will you have to study?
English reading and writing.
What will you have to study?
Basic math.
What will you have to study?
Some office skills such as typing, filing, and computer applications.
In my native country, I was a white-collar worker. I was an elementary school teacher. In the U.S., I am a blue-collar worker. I work as a helper in a supermarket. My father was a white-collar worker in my native country. He was a bank director. In the U.S., he is a blue-collar worker. He works as an assembler in a factory. In my native country, my mother was a housewife. She didn't work. In the U.S., she was a business student for 6 years. Now she is a teacher. In my native country, my uncle was a farmer. He and his wife both worked on a farm. In the U.S., they both are white-collar workers. My uncle is a bank teller and his wife is a secretary. In my country, my aunt was a high school principal. She was a government employee. In the U.S., she is a manicurist. She works in a beauty salon.
Where do you work?
I work in a hospital.
What is your job?
I am a nurse.
What hours do you work?
From 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Do you like your job?
Yes, I do.
What job do you want in the future?
I want to be a medical doctor.
Where do you work?
I work in a public school.
What is your job?
I am a custodian.
What hours do you work?
From 7 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Do you like your job?
Yes, I do.
What job do you want in the future?
I want to be a self-employer.
Where do you work?
I work in a nursing home.
What is your job?
I am a healthcare worker.
What hours do you work?
From 6 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Do you like your job?
Yes, I do.
What job do you want in the future?
I want to be a registered nurse.
Where do you work?
I work in a barber shop.
What is your job?
I am a barber.
What hours do you work?
From 10 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Do you like your job?
Yes, I do.
What job do you want in the future?
I want to be a property investor.
Where do you work?
I work in a lab.
What is your job?
I am a lab technician.
What hours do you work?
From 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Do you like your job?
Yes, I do.
What job do you want in the future?
I want to be an engineer.
Cảm ơn quý vị đã theo dõi kênh Anh ngữ thực dụng của Chi Dung trên YouTube. Nếu quý vị thích cách học này, xin bấm like để khích lệ. Xin chia sẻ với gia đình, bạn bè và thân hữu. Và xin bấm subscribe để ghi danh nếu quý vị muốn nhận những bài học mới. Cảm ơn.